with meteorologist Julia Blanchett.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. Today on your Tuesday, Grand Junction and most of western Colorado, in fact, is waking up to a little bit of fog. But that fog is going to be more dense in other areas rather than some. But this morning, nonetheless, is still pretty cold. We're in the 30s this morning. We'll warm up to the 40s, but we don't start hitting the 40s until the 11 o'clock hour. So an extra cup of coffee on your way out of the house is probably not the worst idea in the world. A warm jacket, of course, but the sun will be out by this afternoon. And that dense fog advisory will expire by mid-morning, but it's only supposed to be particularly bad in the Craig, Hayden, and Meeker area, the central Yampa River Basin, according to the National Weather Service. They have issued this advisory again through the 11 o'clock hour for some areas with visibility less than a fourth of a mile because of dense fog. But other areas are seeing fog as well. We've seen some here in the Grand Junction and local areas, and there are patchy places of fog placed all the way across the western slope this morning. So if you're traveling, just be aware of that. There's also a fine line of ice over a lot of vehicles and roadways this morning, but by the end of the afternoon that should thaw out and we shouldn't be dealing with any of that anymore because this afternoon the high is 48 degrees. By Wednesday, tomorrow, will be 47 degrees, but we have another storm system on the horizon. That storm system brings a high of 39 degrees in the late afternoon hours with some snow and some rain. And with that being said, that snow and some rain will allow us to see some much cooler temperatures following on Friday and Saturday. The cooler temperatures come because a cold air mass is pushing in the region as well, so that makes moisture much more probable by Friday and Saturday, and maybe even some more snowfall will stick better in the high country, which is always a great thing. We're feeling a little bit behind on winter. We haven't seen very much snowfall, but for when you're expecting that storm system, you won't see that roll in until about midnight Wednesday going into Thursday. It'll start down in the southwestern portion of the state. It will move upwards and then eventually bring us snowfall here in some of the surrounding high country areas, showers down in the low valleys, and of course the central and northern mountains north of I-70, the Silt to I-70 corridor. We can all expect to see moisture as well. Snow could accumulate on the roadways, I-70 in fact, meaning that I-70 could be a little bit turbulent at times, so use caution when it comes to traveling. And through the weekend we should see some clearing, but for the meantime we are still on the warmer side, working our way to finally see some changes. 48 degrees in Grand Junction today, Delta 51 in Montrose, about 48 degrees, and down in Cortez we're expecting to be about 48 degrees as well. And then your low temperatures, about 29 in Grand Junction, 27 in Delta, 25 in Montrose, and 23 in Cortez. Those 7-day forecasts don't hold any surprises. We do have that storm system we already planned out, and after that our temperatures are just much cooler. They actually restore to normal. We're supposed to be in the 30s and the teens overnight. For Montrose, the same precipitation pattern is present, and going forward about a 50% chance for moisture Thursday. 38 degrees with lows overnight. They will be in the teens and the single digits. And moving into the Delta area, we are looking at Tuesday being pretty warm. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday we cool down for that rain and snow, and temperatures drop to the 30s. The teens overnight are expected by the end of the week. Cortez also expecting the teens overnight by the end of the week, but for now we are in the 40s, cooling to the 30s as that moisture approaches.